How y'all doing? Tonight I'm going to start marinating a Cuban pork tenderloin. We're going to marinate kind of a Mojo style, and which is like this Cuban or Spanish marinade here. It's a citrus marinade. It also contains a lot of garlic. In this case it's a picante, so it's hot. It's got some habanero peppers, stuff like that in there. It's going to be real good. So first we got a pork tenderloin. I got about 4.5 pound tenderloin here. I'm going to rub it down with some of this rub I made. Just ground some fresh coriander, some cumin, and a little bit of black pepper, and a few allspice berries. So we'll sprinkle this down, rub it down here on this pork, and this will give it a good taste too. But we're going to let this marinate overnight. So let me go ahead and put some of this rub on there. Like I said, this is a homemade rub I just made out of some fresh spices. We'll rub all that in there good. Okay. Ooh, you can really smell it. That's some spicy, some real seasoned stuff. And you always want to have your fat side up on your pork, whether you're grilling or even putting it in the crock pot, because we're going to marinate this dog all like this all night in here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cook it tomorrow. I'm going to put it on tomorrow morning. So go ahead and rub that rub in there, get all that good seasoning in there. Let me wash up there for a second. Then we'll go ahead and shake this Mojo up. If I can get it open here. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to put this seasoning Mojo on here. I'm going to let this go. Man, it's going to be good. A lot of spice in there too. Also, on top of that, I believe I add a little bit of orange juice. Just to give it some more of that fruit flavor. Add a little bit of that real pure orange juice. Just a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it marinate for about 12 hours. Okay, so it's next morning here. This pork loin's been marinating in this Mojo for all night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain all this juice out of here, because I won't cook it just in all this juice. That'd be just too much. I will knock some of these allspice berries and stuff like that off of there. I'm going to get it back in this pot. We're going to get it going in the slow cooker, in the crock pot. Oh, one step I almost forgot. Before we put it in the crock pot, I'm going to give it a quick sear here on the stove in a frying pan. Give it a couple minutes on each side. So go ahead and lay this fatty side down first and just sear that. If you want to put a nice seal on here, good sear to get some taste and lock some of that juice in. So I'm going to let it go for about 3 minutes on each side here and get a good sear on it. Alright, it's been about 3 minutes on that first side. Let's flip it over. See about this other side. See how we got that nice little sear mark on there? Kind of brown's going to help seal everything in there. So we'll go 3 minutes on this side. Okay, for about 3 minutes on this side, I'm going to go ahead and start taking on off of here. Oh yeah, it's got a nice sear on that side if you can see. I'm going to set it back down in here and get this off the grease, off the fire. Still got that fat side up. Let's see. Oh, this off here. Lay this where you can see it. Now we got that fat side up. And what I want to do now, this other marinade cooking stuff, this is a tequila lime. And it's basically, it's got lime, it's got garlic, it's got a little bit of pepper in there, maybe some chipotle. I think this would be really good to pour on top of it. It's kind of cooking, basting liquid. And like I said, normally everybody's like, well, you don't want the meat to lose all its flavor to marinade. Well, a pork loin like this really does not have very much flavor at all. It's very lean, so you really have to add a lot of flavor to a piece of meat like this. So I'm going to go ahead and add this tequila lime flavor to this. And now we're going to put it on the crock pot and we'll set it on low and I'm going to let it go all day, about 8 hours. While I'm at work, I'm going to come back and we'll check it. Alright, pork loin's been cooking here for about 6 hours on low. It's looking real nice. We'll go ahead and take it out. Just get it all nice and juicy there. I'm going to set it on the cutting board here. I'm going to cover it in foil. I'm going to let it sit for a little while. So I don't want to cut it right away. I want all those juices to redistribute and everything else. Then we're going to work with this juice, these drippings here, and we'll try to make a little sauce. Okay, we'll take some of these drippings we got here. I'm just going to spoon them right in this little pan, saucepan here, and we're going to reduce that a little bit. Might add a few more ingredients, and we're just going to come up with a nice little bit of sauce. Have that lime taste and that cilantro taste in there that we can pour over this pork a little bit. We're just going to take some of this. We're just going to let it sit here and reduce. Okay, I just brought this broth and stuff to a boil. I'm going to turn it down to about medium heat. Keep it on low boil and just let it keep evaporating and keep reducing. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, so I've had this sauce thickening up, or that broth and everything from that marinade that I cooked the pork in, thickening up. It's been thickening up for about 10 minutes. It still got stirring. I turned down the low, and it's going to make a nice sauce. See how it's thickening up there? I think it's going to really do good. So I'm going to let it go for a few more minutes just like this and just keep stirring it. Okay, I think it's thickened up about as much as it's going to without burning. I'm going to go ahead and take my little robo stir out of there. Set that to the side. And I've turned my burner off. It's just going on this residual heat, and I'm just going to keep stirring this until it quits simmering. Like I said, it heated for probably about 12 to 15 minutes or so. And it's got a nice little thickness to it, and I'm sure it'll thicken up a little bit more as it cools down. This is real good. This will be a nice little glaze for that pork. I think it'll work really well. Okay, now it's had a chance to rest. I'm going to go ahead and cut into this nice pork loin here. Let's see. Go ahead and just get a nice position here. Make sure that it's not too dried out. Now I think it's very juicy. It's just falling apart basically. You can tell it's really good. Nice and juicy. Nice center to it. Really tender. And I tasted a little piece of it. Let me taste another little piece. Oh wow, look how it just falls apart. I mean, just falling apart with your hands. You can just pull apart. And you can really taste that mojo marinade in there. There's the citrus with all the spices. You can taste that allspice. Also the cilantro. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little plate here. Get some of this pork. It's really nice. And I've got that reduction that we had. And this reduction just turned out wonderful. I don't know if you can see it very well there. I doubt it. A little bit in this ladle. Spoon right there. But it is just wonderful the way it turned out. I just can't believe how it's just the perfect consistency. Has a perfect little sweetness to it. Also has just enough of that great pork flavor. And I'm going to try this again maybe some other time this week with a beef roast. And I'm going to try to reduce the stock down just like that, because it has such a wonderful flavor. You really got to try this recipe. It's really great and really easy to do. So there it is, all finished, folks. We've got the mojo pork with the citrus pork reduction, the mashed potatoes, and the green beans. It is delicious.